Life has been so intense lately. I love this cream, by the way, the Tatcha. It's just like the samples, but they keep giving them to me for free, so I have not needed to buy this. I watched some of my YouTube videos from earlier this year, a couple days ago, and it was actually really cool because I felt like it was like a live diary, and it reminded me of all these moments that happened throughout this year and made me realize this whole year has just been me releasing things that have been holding me back. So the previous year I went to a Dr. Joe Dispenza advanced week-long retreat. I was like really focused on my meditations and I was reaching these crazy levels of joy and happiness. It was like a way of feeling that I didn't even know was possible, to be honest with you. But then starting in January 2022, because I got to these new levels, I felt like I could actually accomplish my goals and go for my dreams. Like it was like I had the willpower, I had the energy. And since then, after watching these videos, I've noticed that because I'm actually going for something that I want, which I've talked about this in those videos, it was like I want to do YouTube, I want to do social media. If you've been following me this whole time, you're probably like, why haven't you gotten it together? You're so slow. You should be doing so much more. I was feeling the same way, but it didn't all click for me till a little bit over a week ago. So I'm going to make a separate YouTube video just about this after I'm done getting ready. I had this huge subconscious block and it was so intense that, I mean, I don't want to spill the beans, but it was like really stopping me from accomplishing what I wanted to accomplish. Getting down to the bottom of it, it shocked me. It's like I knew these things about the subconscious mind, but for it to actually be happening in this way just baffled me, but it all made sense. The point of my story is I feel like this year has had a lot of ups and downs because when you are actually doing something for yourself that you've really like always dreamt of and have wanted to do, you are faced with your shadows. So if you're wondering, being on camera has been one of my worst fears, to be honest. Earlier this year, I was like, all right, I'm gonna make these YouTube videos, I'm gonna get more into it, I'm gonna do more on social media. And then I felt all of this resistance within myself. So consciously, that was what I wanted to do, but like subconsciously, there's just a lot of resistance and difficulties. So I asked my body, I asked my higher self, what is blocking me? What had come up at that time was something that I had been blocking out for years. So when I was younger, people would just always judge me. People would always make fun of me. I just could not exist as myself without being hated on. So putting myself on camera and sharing myself with people, that is me overcoming a deep childhood trauma of mine. It's like my biggest fear. I don't know if I have a bigger fear than that, if we are being real. That came up for me and I was shown all of these memories of people rejecting me, people making fun of me. It was just so much. I feel so bad for kids and what they have to go through because obviously other kids don't know that they're really hurting somebody's feelings. I mean, sometimes they do, but when you're that young, you really are not aware of what you're doing to that other person. So experiencing this for years just messed me up in such a deep way. So then I saw that and I feel like some of that was released. And then a few months later, something else came up. Another block came up and it took this to a deeper level. Sometimes you get rid of something and then there is a deeper cause to this. But to get to the root cause, you have to alleviate the things that are on top of it. So sometimes this root cause causes other symptoms, but you have to get rid of these other symptoms that are on top of the root to locate the root. After that happened, a few months later, I had this whole thing and it was just like, I did not feel like I belonged on earth. I didn't feel like there was a place for me here. I didn't feel safe in my body. I didn't feel safe to be myself. And then that was another deeper trauma. And that was when I did a meditation and God, the universe, told me to go to this ceremony. I went to that ceremony in July and I had this healing that I really felt and I connected to Mother Nature. I felt this pull and I suddenly felt like I belonged here, that I had a place here on earth. I felt safe and sturdier in my own body. And since then I've been paying attention to where I am. Because when I first had this revelation, I would ask myself, where am I? And this wasn't in my conscious awareness until it was. So I asked myself, where am I? And I would only feel my energy like up here and out here. It wasn't really inside of my body. Now I feel myself in my body, which is pretty cool. We've had improvements. And then as of recently, I had to let go of my relationship. Our energies just were not resonating and I'm so so sensitive to people's energy, especially if I'm close to them. It really drains me and holds me back if somebody that I'm interacting with all the time isn't on the same page. It's like, let's say I want to work out and be fit. I love pizza, but like I want to work out and be fit, so I'm not eating pizza, but then I interact with this person and then they're eating pizza and mac and cheese every time I see them. And then it's like, why are you doing this to me? Like, I want to bite too. You're making this harder for me. I mean, that wasn't the situation at all, but energetically it was. My intuition was like, okay, you need to let go of this person, even though you don't want to. So that's the thing. Like, sometimes you just have to do things that you don't want to do because it is what's best for you. And if you don't do it, you're betraying yourself. If God, the universe, your intuition, the highest part of you is saying, this is not for you anymore, you need to step away, even though you want to be there, then it ends up being you betraying yourself. And by doing that, you're not going to be happy. Even if you try to be, you're going to be faking it because like in your gut and your intuition, you know you're not supposed to be there. Since I've had a lot of experience with this, and I have had many times in the past where I didn't listen to my intuition and I didn't do what I was supposed to, I know that when I don't do this, life gets really rocky, really hard, and whatever the situation is blows up in my face in a way that's way worse than if I had just listened. So I've kind of just like been processing that this month. And then also, I know I've already mentioned this, but this other huge subconscious block that I had, oh my God, I can't wait to film the video about it. Like, it's literally, I'm getting ready, I'm gonna film that video and then I gotta go like run some errands and pick some things up. But mind blowing. I have recently healed that and I have not been in my best energy. Let me take an emotional break for a second to put my eyeliner on. Specifically this month, I've just like had to let go of two huge things. Like when you do something that's connected to your life purpose and you know this thing is meant for you, it just like triggers so many subconscious fears, and you have to be so committed and just dive into this stuff and see it and help yourself heal and let go of what does not serve you and what is in your way. So it's like a really big commitment. You can't just be like a normal person that just kind of like lets things slide under the rug. So this whole year has been a year of intense releasing. So if my social media progress has been super slow, that is why. I mean, I know I'm in the right place at the right time and it's all in divine timing and I'm like taking the action, I'm listening to my intuition, I'm doing what I need to do, the right people are popping up at the right time to give me the information that I need, all of that. Sometimes my human self kicks in and I'm like, you're moving at the speed of a turtle. What is this? That is just how it's meant to be. I'm just slow. I have my Mars in Taurus. I'm pretty sure that's the slowest Mars you can have. We be moving slow. So due to these just heavier energies in my life and things that I'm processing, I just haven't been like as motivated lately. And a lot of the times when I'm like processing and going through things myself, my energy naturally goes within. Like, I don't like to film videos when I'm sad. I don't want to sit here and make you guys depressed. But I guess it's realistic because we all have these moments. And I haven't been on top of my meditations either. My human self is just disappointed. The universe is always gonna make you grow and expand. None of us can get away from that. That's just what happens. You can be doing super good and then the universe is gonna show you something that is holding you back that you need to let go of. And I feel like we just do that our whole lifetime. We are constantly releasing things that are not of love. So this year I was just releasing all of these things that were not in the energy of love. And it can feel heavy and intense, but like when you get to these good places in life, things will pop up because you're finally ready to see these things. The universe releases a little bit at a time. I'll link everything below if you care to know what I'm using. If you care to know. This is always a gamble too. Just like my eyeliner and my eyebrows, we never know how they're gonna come out. We just go with it. Strip lash adhesive. Have you guys ever noticed how anytime you just start feeling sad, like especially when it's out of the blue, are you guys aware that something is coming up for you to be released? I feel like that happens to a lot of people and you don't know what it is at first because you're just like, oh my God, why am I sad all of a sudden? Your body, once you're in a good place, just brings these things up that are bothering you. or that are in your subconscious mind. It's like trash day. Your body's like, hey, it's time to take out the trash. We've been holding on to this for a few years or for a few months. Now that you're in a pretty good place, you're ready to see this. I'm gonna cause some sadness, some uncomfortability. And then after a little bit of time goes by, it like hits you and you're like, oh my God, I'm sad because of this. And then you figure it out, and then you have to go in and heal yourself or have a conversation with somebody or do what it is that needs to be done. And then this energy gets released. And do you guys feel it physically? I feel a physical release. You know when you have like a good cry and like there's like that weight that's lifted off of you? Dr. Joe talks about how the subconscious mind lives in the body. That is so true. I feel like the reason why we even have any type of spiritual practice and do these positive things for ourselves is for times when we're feeling down. Reparation for these times. I know, like, do meditation, take a walk outside, write in your journal, talk to a friend. I know what works for me and how to help myself. Let's bronze this face up. Then we're gonna put on some more blush. Boom. Okay, we gotta do some eyebrows. This is the part where things get real sketchy. Okay, I don't think they came out too bad. Eyebrow gel. Okay. When like my face is not symmetrical, and I just kind of powder my whole face lightly. This one is dark. And then this one is the NYX Mauve. I use it all the time if you can't tell. Some setting spray. Just so you know, this is the secret if you want to have that extra fabulous voluminous hair. I don't have enough for my whole head because I have a lot of hair, but I just curl my hair. I also do it in different directions. Then when I get up here, I'll curl one with a curling iron, and as soon as I'm done, I'll put the roller in. And I just let it sit for like 15 minutes and then I'll take it out. I'll show you. Oh my God, one of my friends just called me and we FaceTimed and just kind of like talked about our feelings and processed it all. These have been in my hair for 45 minutes. I've literally never had them in my hair for this long. Like weird up here. I gotta fix that. I gotta turn this on. This is the final product. Let me know what you think. Look, it's a 333. Can I have 2 cheesy Fiesta potatoes and a cheesy gordita crunch with beans? I'm actually like starving right now. So as I was leaving the Taco Bell drive-thru, I saw 2 cars with the number 437, 743 in different orders. And that is my specific number with God or the universe. Always means you're on the right path, all is well, and your angels and guides are with you. And I also saw 777, which means you're on the right path. And then I saw 222, which means stay positive. It's always nice because I've been talking to God, the universe, for a long time now, and I have all of my number meanings memorized. Some people, when they see repeating numbers, it just means you're on the right path or keep up the good work. For me, they have specific meanings and it goes way beyond numbers. It's just nice to know my angels, all the beings that are connected to love. Just nice when they communicate with you like that, especially when you're feeling down. So yeah, I just wanted to share. I'm officially in a Taco Bell food coma. It's like time for me to lay down and let this digest. Well, we have not made any progress. I've just been laying here for hours watching stuff on Hulu.